Hello one and all, this is Wolfstar Gaming. It's Anton Savetin here. And welcome back to more Robotics Club's Elite. So, last time, Michi and Kaito helped Kojiro Frau move in and got to learn more about her. I already love her. She is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I have a feeling I'm going to be laughing at her a lot. And last we actually left off, we switched back to Akiho's perspective here. And stuff's going on with her and Subaru. And actually, before I get into this, I wanted to bring up something here. So I've been looking at my menu screen, and with the data collections, maybe someone can explain this to me of what this is. I assume this isn't like in any way story related, so I would love an explanation of what the data collections is supposed to be for, because I'm very confused by this, because there's nothing here. So what I want to know is the data collections that are supposed to be here. Is this something that I, collect like information about during the course of the game that I can put here, or what? Or is it like more in line with like my save files or something? Or, well, maybe not like the save files, but more like the daily records. I would love an explanation what this exactly is for. So if someone can tell me who knows the game, I would love an explanation. So, anyway. 4 days after joining the club, Subaru finally visited the club room by his own will. But as soon as he appeared, he gave me these notes. Notes? What, like certain conditions or certain, I don't know, maybe like, what's the word I'm looking for? This always happens to me. It's always on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. But as soon as he appeared, he gave me these notes. Most people don't hand out stuff like this on paper these days, so I'm a little surprised.
Why so musutto? Seっかく部室に来たんだから、くつろいでいってくれていいのに。
Yeah, relax. Take a seat. Tell me your problems.
あ、スコール飲む？
こんなウサギ小屋以下の環境でよく平然としていられますね。
Rabbit shed? Is this actually a rabbit shed that they've converted into like a office of sorts? Rabbit shed. Well, this place was a storage room once, so he's not that off. Okay, it was just a storage room before. Never mind.
案外人は環境に適応できる生き物なのさ。
Yes.
ガンツクワンを作るならハンガーがあるしね。部室の場所にはそんなにこだわらないかな。
But if we get more members, we're gonna need a bigger space. It's gonna be awfully cramped if we stay in here for the club room, you know?
そうですか。そういう考え方自体、負け犬根性が染みついているということですね。惨めさ丸出しですよ。
Well then, it's a little, you know, that's kind of hitting below the belt a little bit. Yeah, she's getting angry now. Subaru, do you want Akiho to ruffle your hair? He always has to say things in the meanest way possible.
ま、僕は部長のぬるま湯に使ったようなやり方に付き合うつもりはありませんから。相手が先輩だろうと部長だろうと、そんな立場は一切考慮しません。そのつもりで提案を見てください。
Okay, he has a proposal. So that's what the notes are for. And I bet they're like all nice and neat and all, you know, like in bullet points.
じゃあ、会が来たら。
そう言っても30分近く経ってるんですが。
Yeah, he's a little busy elsewhere. It's like having to deal with Kojiro Frau, with moving her in.
おかしいな。会って部活サボることはこれまでなかったんだよ。
Well, he hasn't meant to skip practice. I mean, he may be kind of apathetic towards the robot club, but I assume that he would never actually skip club practice. I mean, the only reason he's skipping is because he has a prior engagement.
まあ、部活のことはちっとも手伝ってくれないけど。
Right? Seriously, where did he go? He vanished right after class yesterday, too. Right after class yesterday? He's not answering my calls or messages. Nothing like this has ever happened before. I'm feeling weird about this. Maybe it's because we're always together. Kind of joined at the hip a little bit. What's wrong, Subaru? The look Subaru's giving me just screams, get on with it!
わかったよ。読むってば。でもメールでくれればよかったのに。
He'd rather do this in person, right?
メールアドレスを知りませんから。
There's that too. It's like he would need her email address first.
聞いてくれれば教えたよ。
いちいち聞くのも面倒だったので。
Why is it a pain to ask her for her email exactly? I resist the urge to tell him off while I look over the proposal. It's like, watch it, Buster, all ruffle your hair. Let's see.
口頭でも説明します。
Okay.
ああ、そうして。
Now I don't actually have to read it. Well, you'd still want to look over it because I'm sure he has like certain specific points in those notes that he wants to go over with her.
具体的に何が言いたいかというと、試作1号機の設計コンセプトの変更です。
A change to the design concept?
昨日部長が渡してくれた設計図を見せてもらいましたが、予想通り時代遅れの代物でした。
I mean, it may be old, but you know, that's just because of the nature of how long the gun build 1 has been being worked on. The way he puts it makes me really angry.
それは仕方ないよ。設計図が書かれたのは9年前なんだもん。
ええ、10年前に高校生が書いたにしては悪くない。それだけです。
10年前じゃなくて9年前。
It's been almost a decade. Let's put it that way.
10年前の巨大ロボットといえば、ただ立ってるだけ。またはせいぜい首が動くだけでよかった。お台場に立ってたガンバムみたいにね。
Gunbam. He said gun bomb, right? Gun bomb? In Odaiba. I've come across that name before, Odaiba.
でも今は違います。ロボットブームだって騒がれてるぐらいなんですから。世界各国が国家プロジェクトとして大金をつぎ込んで巨大ロボットを作ってる、そういう時代です。こんな状況でロボ部は生意気にも万博に出展することを目論んでいる。そうですね。
Yes. And Akiho will go forward with it no matter what.
もちろん。そして出るからには勝つ。ジャキーン。
ジャキーンThat's a new expression. Kind of, anyway. I mean, that is his Mr. Pleiades pose, but the movement of his face was a little different.
あ、今鼻で笑った。
He did.
寝言は寝て言えという言葉を部長には送りますよ。
Sleep talk?
性格悪い。
さっき言いましたよね。たとえ相手が先輩だろうと部長だろうと、そんな立場は一切考慮しないと。
He doesn't care if she's his senpai or not. Or the fact that she's the club president. It's like titles don't matter to him. That's what I'm getting from this.
さすがに国家プロジェクトで作っているロボットに勝つ方法なんてありません。予算の規模、関わってる人数、どちらも桁違いの差がありますから。巨大ロボット、例えばガンバムを本気で作る場合、どれだけのお金がかかるか知っていますか？
A poop ton.
1000万円くらい？
I'm guessing even more than that. I mean, over the course of the 9 years that the gun build 1 has been worked on, it's like how much money has it already gone into building it? Probably about 10 million yen at this point, if I had to guess.
10年くらい前の資産ですが、材料費だけで約800億円です。
80 billion. Yeah, that's a poop ton.
おお。
さすがにガンバムはファンタジーすぎるので、各国が今作っているロボは もう少し控えめの予算でしょうが。
Slightly lower budget, really? That's kind of surprising, to be honest.
それでも100億は下らないでしょうね。
Right, that would be higher than 10 billion. Somewhere kind of in between 80 billion and 10 billion.
現実について思い知ってもらえましたか？
はい。
ちなみに試作1号機は今のところどれくらいのお金を使ったんですか？
Probably about 10 million, right? Most of its exterior was constructed using reprocessed scrap the club got for free. Oh, really? Okay, maybe it's not even close to 10 million then. The only thing we've spent money on are the servo motors and the waste. With all that considered...
全部で100万円くらいかな。
That's probably undershooting it.
ロボ案の賞金が来月すぐに使えたなら開発費はこの倍になったんだけど。
But we have to wait for the prize money. It's like, what did Michi say before? That it wouldn't be usable until April? If I remember that correctly from last time. And April is quite a ways away at this point. But I'm trying not to think about that anymore. If I do, I don't know if I'll be able to stop myself from busting down the door to the principal's office. Restrain yourself of that thought, Akiho. You don't want to do that. Believe me. I'm not gonna let this get me down. Heck to the no. Heck to the no.
100万円も200万円も変わりませんよ。各国のロボに比べればどちらもはした金です。
Chump change, really. Subaru's merciless words pierce my chest.
それでも万博に出展するというなら、せめて歩行可能ぐらいにはしておかないと話になりません。
Yeah. And with how old it is, that's something we're really gonna need to work on.
今の設計図でも歩くようになってるし。
残念ながら僕の予想ではあれは歩けませんね。
なんで？
設計図通りに作ってないからです。
Oh, it hasn't? How can you tell exactly, Subaru?
いや、そんなことは。
逆に聞きますが、部長は設計図通りに作っていると胸を張って言えますか？あの試作1号機を。
She hasn't been following a blueprint, has she?
当たり前だよ。作ってるよ。
And by the sounds of it, she has not.
いいえ、作ってませんね。
Subaru pulls up the Gunbuild 1 blueprints on his phone droid. Oh, he has the blueprints on his phone droid? Then shoves the screen right up to my nose.
この書き足しは何です？
Okay, there's a lot to look at here. Of course, I can't make out any of the Japanese. How tall is this gonna wind up being when it when it's all said and done. Looks pretty complex. Okay, the blueprint on the right here, I swear on the, yeah, that's the back of it. I swear, right in the middle of the torso, I see a face. Doesn't that look like a face there? It's like it has eyes, a little elongated nose, and then what looks like an open mouth. Looks kind of funny.
それは歴代のロボ部員がいろいろ改良を。
改悪でしょ。
Downgrades?
お金もパーツもない状況でやりくりしなくちゃいけないんだから大変なの。
I mean, that is true. It's like with lack of funds, you know, they kind of have to, you know, take what they can get with the parts and, you know, the lack of money.
希望通りの大きさの材料がもらえるとも限らないし、加工するのだって簡単じゃないし、譲ってもらえた材料をちょっとでも無駄なく使い切ろうとしていろいろ工夫してやったらああなったって。うちは前の部長からそう教わったし、前の部長はその前の部長から教わってきたんだから。
Okay, so Akiho's predecessor would be her sister, right? So who was before Misane? I mean, wasn't it Misane who started the robot club? So I'm slightly confused here with Akiho saying this.
つまり要約すると設計図通りには作っていない。
まあ要約すれば。
おかげで随分といびつな形になり下がってますよ。設計者とこのロボがかわいそうだと言っておきます。
Like, I want to ruffle your hair so badly right now, Subaru.
じゃあこの書き足しを全部消して最初の設計図通りに戻せば。
I mean, they could do that. I mean, do they have the time to? You know, get rid of all the extra bits and then fix the gun build one up from its original state. I mean, it sounds like a lot of extra work, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds like it would be to me.
戻せるんですか？もう試作1号機はかなり出来上がっているんでしょ
？Yeah, it's like that's a good question. It's like how far into its construction is it exactly?
7割くらいは。
70%? That's quite a lot.
だったらナンセンスですよ。
Huh?
じゃあスバルはどうしたいわけ？
Yeah, let's hear your opinion. Subaru, what would you do? How would you fix it? How would you build Gun Build 1? I'm clearly upset with him, but his expression stays the same.
設計図そのもの、それとこれまでに組み立てた試作1号機の
Subaru seems to purposely pause. Then he pushes his glasses up with a finger.
破棄です。
Discarded. Okay. If that's what he truly thinks, then, maybe we should do that. I doubt my ears. I can't believe it. I never thought for a moment that he would say those words.
何しれっと言っちゃってんの
Because he can. I mean, he just says whatever's on his mind, right? Just like Akiho.
せっかく教頭先生に処分されちゃうピンチを免れたっていうのにまさかスバル教頭先生の回し者
No, no, Akiho. He's not working for her.
そう思いたいならどうぞ。
Alright. He laughed at me again.
最初から作り直した方が早いとここまでのディスカッションで理解してもらえたはずですが。
That's the fastest option. In your opinion. I kind of want to get Kojiro Frau's opinion on this, even though that she is not part of the club. I wonder what her opinion would be on the matter. Oh, what discussion? Subaru's just been going on and on about his own ideas.
設計は僕がします。
You want to handle the design work? That's actually surprising.
無駄な部分は徹底的に排除する。具体的にはそこのメモにも書いておきましたが、2点あります。その1、内蔵コックピットの排除。今は遠隔操縦タイプが主流ですし、オペレーターが乗り込むことに合理性はありません。
Huh. Except in the beginning of the game, Kaito was inside a robot. And I can only assume that robot was Gun Build 1. Right? So that's not gonna change, is it?
ストップコックピットなくすって正気
I'm actually surprised that she said stop in English.
オリジナルの頑張れるだって元気くんがちゃんと乗って操縦してるよ
Ah, and she wants to stay true to that.
巨大ロボは乗り込んでこそでしょ
部長は鉄人28号を否定すると
Megantor? Or is it Megantor? I assume it's Megantor.
そうじゃなくて
そもそもガンバレルをモデルにすることにも僕は否定的なんですがね。
How come? And I mean, we haven't heard the name Megantor before, so it's like, is Megantor similar to Gunvarel, or is Megantor different? And if so, how different?
どうせモデルにするなら、せめてもっとリアルで再現のしやすそうな機体にすべきです。カートルーパーはデザインの時点で嘘をつきすぎている。
Cart looper? What's a cart looper? I hope I get a tip for that.
カートルーパーじゃなくてカートルーパー
Oh. Cart trooper? All the same. I don't know what that is. Subaru couldn't care less about my correction.
ま、 でもそれについては別にどうでもいいです。どっちにしろ無意味になりますから。
どういうこと？
提案その2として外装を取っ払います。
Complete removal. So, completely scrap the exterior and put a whole new exterior on? That sounds like a lot of work, and Akiho is planning to have it all done by February? Do we have the time to do that?
外装って側ってこと？
I never even considered that. Why? Because it's a terrible idea.
設計図段階から試作1号機は重量の問題をクリアできていません。
It's weight, so it's too heavy. So we need to lighten it. We need to lighten the load so that he can actually, move. Maybe that's what he's getting at then.
ここまで組み立てたものは設計図に比べてもかなり足が太くなったようですが、それでも自立するだけで精一杯でしょう。
That is what he's getting at. Okay.
歩けるようにするには大幅な軽量化が必要です。そして今のところ最も無駄なものは外装です。
Yeah. It's like he brings up a valid point. And, seeing that he is into robotics himself, even though that he just started being in the robot club, he knows what he's talking about, it sounds like. And, he constructed his own robot, with what was it? I'm trying to remember his robot's name. M48? Is that right? I think I'm remembering that right. I mean, he built that, so he knew what he was doing with that robot. So, yeah, he's going to be very adamant in designing the look, not just the look, but how the whole robot moves. And that's the key part to everything. To make a Gun Build 1 or Gun Varel actually move and work properly.
だって側を外したら骨組みだけになっちゃう。
I mean, is that a problem, Akiho?
それじゃ頑張れるってわかんないよ。大地、かっこ悪い。
かっこいいとかかっこ悪いとかの話じゃありません。動かなければただの鉄くずだということです。
Yeah, it would just be standing there, unmoving.
そもそもコックピットも側もなかったら上半身作る意味ないじゃん。
If the cockpit was removed from Gun Build 1, it'd be excuse me, hiccup. It'd be no better than paper mache. The inside would be hollow. Hollow, really.
それにほら、防御力だって落ちるし。
I mean, we're not gonna be making the robot fight. At least I don't think so, right? I mean, it's just gonna be displaying what the robot can do, right?
防御力？なんですそれ？
防御力は防御力だよ。鎧みたいな。
And, yeah, she's talking about the robot fighting. But that's not what the expo is about, though, in February, right?
部長は何と戦うつもりですか。万博では巨大ロボット同士がロボアンのように戦うとでも？
Hearing him say it out loud is the first time it actually dawns on me. I've been working on Gunbuild 1 for over 2 years now. To think it took me this long to realize it.
あ、そっか。戦わないんだ。
Yeah, the expo in February isn't like Robo 1. The expo only has demos. While there are no set rules for the content of said demos, I doubt fighting is allowed. Yeah, and geez, a big robot, 2 big robots fighting at an expo? I feel like that could get out of hand like real quick, and could cause a little destruction in the process.
アニメの見過ぎですね。僕より年上なのに情けない。
Anyone who watches too much of anything, whether it be anime, movies, TV shows, or even video games, with playing a lot of video games, much like myself, they're just basically nerds. I mean, I consider myself more so a movie nerd than anything, because I have a very large collection, a large physical collection. So it doesn't matter how old you are, younger or older than anyone else, doesn't matter at all. I mean, I will always enjoy watching like movies I grew up watching.
何を？正義の巨大ロボを戦うのが基本でしょ。悪い敵をバッタバッタとなぎ倒すために存在するんだから。戦わない巨大ロボはただの巨大ロボだよ。
That's one way to look at it.
また鼻で笑ったし。
Akiho is getting really riled up.
正義なんていう価値観は相対的なものでしょう。そもそも今の巨大ロボット開発にそんな価値観は無意味です。悪い宇宙人やらマッドサイエンティストによって地球が滅びそうになっているとでも
Destroyed by evil aliens? I can think of a number of movies that have quote-unquote evil aliens, as well as mad scientists.
そんなアニメみたいな展開は現実のどこを探したって見つかりませんよ。
You never know.
あるのは純粋な開発競争です。技術力の最先端を惜しみなく注ぎ込んでのね。
Right, it's all about how the robot functions.
いや、別に正義っていうところにはそんなにこだわりはないんだけど。
Truth be told, it's simply because Misen modeled it after Gunvarel. That's all. Yeah, Misane started it all. It's like she's the one who decided to make a life-sized Gunvarel robot. Akiho is basically just taking over. You know, filling Misane's shoes. And wants to see it completed. Gunvarel is a giant robot of justice, and I'm building Gunvarel. The Robot Club isn't specifically trying to make a giant robot of justice.
正義のは雰囲気だよ、雰囲気。
A feeling.
いずれにせよ、正義だろうとなんだろうと万博では戦いませんから。
Right.
部長が巨大ロボに対してそういう幼稚な捉え方しかできないなら、今すぐロボ部を解散すべきですね。
That's getting straight to the heart of the matter. Wow.
その主張を万博会場で言ったら世界中から笑い物ですよ。
Subaru shrugs his shoulders and grins at me. His sprite says otherwise. This punk is basically an anime villain. That's kind of funny that she says that, considering that with his alter ego of Mr. Pleiades, excuse me. It's funny because I had named him the masked quote-unquote villain. I knew he was hard to handle, but I didn't think he'd be this much of a jerk face.
ちなみにせっかく7割型組み立てた試作1号機ですが、そっちについては全ばらしにします。
It's like, you're a jerk face, Subaru.
パーツの大部分を流用することで予算のなさをカバーするわけです。
Most of the parts can be reused? Oh. That, yeah, we could take advantage of that then. I take a deep breath and hand the proposal back to Subaru.
認めません。
僕のここまでの話を聞いても？
認めないったら認めない。
She is absolutely serious right now. I mean, just listen to the tone in her voice.
それであんな欠陥だらけで歩行もできない試作1号機を万博に持っていくと。
そんな言い方しないで。
Before I realize it myself, I've snapped. It felt like he was making fun of Misa, and I couldn't take it anymore. Oh. It's like since Misane is the one that started it, she wants to uphold what Misane started and just completely changing Gunvarel. That she must be thinking that, in her heart of hearts, that would be stripping away everything that Misane has already worked really hard on, 9 years ago. That hits it a little closer to home. And I actually have a fair amount of respect for Akiho for... Oh, my battery level is low. Fortunately, I have a very long cord. Where was I? I respect what Akiho is saying, you know, with reading this line. It's so frustrating that it makes me want to cry, but I resist the urge.
ガンツク1は歴代のロボ部員みんながコツコツと頑張って作ってきたものなの。
Yeah. It's like not just Misane, but everyone who put everyone who put a lot of work into building it.
ロボ部の歴史と同じなの。
Yeah. And Akiho doesn't want to change it because of that fact.
それを簡単に捨てるとかバラすとかできるわけないよ。うちはあの子を万博に連れて行きたい。お姉ちゃんが始めてみんなが頑張ってきた9年間の思いだから、その結晶だから。
And to throw that all away, she feels that that would be abandoning everything that all those people worked on.
だから、スバルの言ったことは全部却下。
ナンセンスですね。
I mean, it's not exactly nonsense, but you know that they each have their own opinions on the matter, and Akiho is coming more from speaking from the heart about it, whereas Subaru is more, talking about building the Gunvarel robot in the more logical and practical sense, especially for how it would move. So, opposing opinions, and that's really what opinions are made to do. It's like they're made to be opposed or either agreed upon, and it's hard to change someone's opinion. It's hard to change a person's thought process as well as a person's heart, which is what is going on here. So it's quite a dilemma when I think about it.
ナンセンスかどうかなんて知らない。これは部長命令。
I stare him in the eyes and declare this clearly and concisely. After giving me a cold look for a moment, Subaru shrugs his shoulders slightly.
そういうことなら、これ以上は何も言いませんよ。本来だったら、こんな提案もせずにいきなり退部届を叩きつけてもよかったんですが。
退部なんてしちゃダメだよ。
I mean, he just recently joined, but it wasn't of his own volition.
しませんよ。したらヤシオ先輩がプレアデスの正体をばらすんでしょ。
He could, yeah.
その通り。
なので部には残りますが、部員として必要最低限の務めは今ので果たしましたから。
With that, Subaru turns his back to me.
あとは僕も好きにやらせてもらいます。部長の手伝いをするつもりはありませんので、そのつもりで。失礼します。
So he's gonna stay in the robot club, but just be like a silent partner and everything. Subaru coldly spits out his final words and leaves. I head to Kai's spot in the shade of the tree and space out while staring at the blueprints that Misa drew up.
捨てるなんて無理だよ。
I joined the robot club because these blueprints and Gun Build 1 existed. It's one of the few things that Misa left behind on the island. Proof that she was once here. And she wants to hold on to that as long as she possibly can. Akiho. It's like she has a big heart. I could never get rid of that.
どうも。
Okay, well, I got a couple of tips there. Megantor! Fiction. A robot manga from the 1950s to 60s. It became an anime and later a live-action drama. A masterpiece from the dawn of robot anime. It has had multiple remakes throughout the years. A story about a boy remotely controlling a giant robot to keep the peace. And Gunbam. Also fiction. The official name is Mobile Jacket Gunbam. Come across that name in Steins Gate as well. A landmark for robot anime. The first series was aired in the late 1970s. Since then, multiple sequels have been made. Alright, back to Kaito. And, we're in, of course, yeah. That's right, I've looked at everything here. Just wanted to make sure. So, Tweepo. Gotta make sure. I read Tweepo. I feel like I forget Tweepo more so than the geotags, reading those. And yesterday, feeling down, I went to Nakatane to look for sponsors and got some donations. I teared up. Yay! Everyone, I have news for everybody. Just earlier, Robo 1 Worlds was decided, and Mr. Pleiades will officially be part of it. Entering the very first World Tournament as the Japan representative, as the defending champion, I will not lose. Please support me. Alright. You ditched again! He didn't exactly mean the ditch. Isn't it fine since I'm kind of like a ghost club member? He kind of is. If you're lonely, ask Subaru-kun or Michi to keep you company. Or, hey, don't be so uptight. I was hoping for a more of a reason why he ditched, but no. I'm not entirely sure what to go with here. Except she was just with Subaru, so I guess I'll go with this one. And let me see. I just saw on IRUL that the ruined hotel in front of the old airport is under construction. I wonder when this started. It's now under construction too? Okay, so Kojiro Frau not only bought the place and is moving into it, but she's also having it be under construction too. To just completely fix up the place. Is it going to be completely overhauled? When you are stuck, it's time to watch Gunvarel Season 3, Episode 15. Why that particular episode? Okay. Alright. I attempt to shower Mizuka-san with the usual flattery once I enter the store, but there's no one at the register. Is she, like, in the back or something? Where could she be? There. So she must be in the back. I hear Mizuka-san's voice coming from deeper in the store. I take a peek and see her sitting on a step, doing maintenance on her hug.
Domo.
Yo. Huh. Interesting. I mean, from what we have seen with Mizuka, they're like attached to her legs. We haven't seen down further of her legs, so there is a foot attached. So it's like kind of having like 4 feet basically. That's interesting.
Nanda, Kai ka? 今日もお綺麗で。
Oh well. Flatterer. That's my I guess that's my voice for Mizuka. Flatterer.
ハグのメンテ？ああ。
Been a while since I last saw Mizuka-san with her hug off. It was a gift from Misane after she joined XK. That's the name of the company. I was trying to remember the name before. It's like, you know, from the commercial that she did. The crash of 15. A fierce solar disturbance that caused global scale malfunctions and signal interference. Crash of 15. A fiction, the largest solar disturbance ever recorded to hit Earth, which caused electronics to malfunction all over the world. This nickname is used for the incident due to the panic it caused by severely damaging infrastructure. Interesting. So the crash of 15. I mean, the game takes place 2019? So, it's not the crash of 2015, is it? Or is it the crash of 1915? I just wonder. That was when Mizuka-san was in a traffic accident. Okay, 2015 then. Her legs badly hurt. Misane gifted her this hug. Okay, that's why she wears them. So she's kind of disabled.
機械は苦手でもこればっかりは自分でやらないとね。って言ってもやるのはサーボモーターに油さしたりネジを締め直したり表面をきれいに拭いたりするぐらいだけど。前から不思議だったんだけどさ、そういうのってエグスケ社の人に頼んでやってもらえないの
？But wait, can someone from XK actually like come out and do that kind of work for an individual person?
一応担当のハグエンジニアはいるんだよ。
Okay. Engineers. Hug engineer. Engineers at Exoskeleton who specialize in hug technology. Only those who pass the official test from Exoskeleton are allowed to work in hug development. There are over 50,000 engineers. Wow, that's a lot. In the world, and all are obligated to keep hug information a secret. Why does it need to be kept a secret? Is there something about it that needs to be kept a secret?
「この島には正規ディーラーないから、鹿児島から出張してくるのは月に一度なのさ。
Only once a month, really.
離島の宿命ってやつね。
And kind of cut off from the world a little bit.
そういうこと。じゃあ近くにある町工場なんかで見てもらうのは？無理。
How come? I mean, I can only assume that, well, actually, with the secret that the engineers have to keep about the hug, I take it that if anyone else were to work on the hug, that they would find out its secret? Maybe?
ハグはブラックボックスの塊らしくてね。ハグエンジニアにしかメンテ任せちゃダメって買った時に契約書書かされるのさ。
Okay.
へえ。しかもメンテ代がバカ高い。
I imagine they are. I mean, it's an expensive piece of assistive machinery, right? So that makes sense. Honestly, sounds kind of like a ripoff. I don't want to say this since Misane works there, but I bet these tactics are how XK got big so quick. Maybe. You don't really know that for sure.
大人の世界はドロドロだ。
Kaito, you've played dirty yourself, and you're not even an adult yet. You unmasked Mr. Pleiades. I'm still wrapping my head around the pronunciation. And 2, you also played dirty and got a little underhanded in your tactics of getting the and not getting the robot club shut down. I mean, while all of that was amazing, he did play dirty and got a little underhanded in his tactics. So it's fair play, Kaito. Not just adults, but also anyone younger can play dirty too.
なーに分かったような口聞いてんのさ。
She smirks at me. Anyway, that's enough preamble.
水香さん、例のもの一つもらっていい？
Mizuka-san's eyes sharply narrow the second I make my request. They're the eyes of a predator that has spotted their prey.
今、手が離せないから自分で取ってきな。
I still may resolve and take one passion fruit bun out of the steamer next to the register. Oh god, the passion fruit bun again. Okay, I was wondering where this was going. As usual, it's warmed and steamed just right. Why does he do this to himself?
いただきます。
Here we go again. I'm surprised he hasn't choked on one of these. I mean, they look huge. I mean, if I did that, I would definitely choke. Take a breath, Kaito. I wipe my tears away once it's all down the hatch. I can feel my stomach acids trying to come up my throat, but I keep everything down as much as I can. Oh boy.
うまかっただろ?
Not really, right? Kaito?
No comment.
No comment. Mizuka-san flashed her hug. I read that completely wrong. Mizuka-san finished her hug tuning while I experienced hell. She effortlessly reattaches it to her legs.
で、カイ。何が知りたいんだい?
I mean, it's... I want to see like a full view of them attached to her. You know, a full body spray. So I can actually see how this looks. I gulp down mineral water in an attempt to get rid of that horrific aftertaste. I breathe deep, rearranging my thoughts. Let's start with a light jab.
ロボ部のスポンサーになってくれそうな人とか会社とか紹介してくんない？
Okay, so now he's going around looking for a sponsor for the Robot Club. I mean, he says that he doesn't care about the Robot Club, yet he is looking for a sponsor. Yesterday, Akiho was grieving over the fact that we can't use our prize money. So I figured I should ask while I'm here.
廃部にはならなかったんだろ?
No. Got really close to that happening, but no.
一命は取り留めたけどね。予算は結局出してもらえなかったし、ロボワンの賞金もお預け食らっちゃって。
カイも苦労が絶えないね。
Yeah, very much so.
そうだな。手っ取り早いところなら。
A name escapes Mizuka-san's lips that I wasn't at all expecting.
ミッチーに頼めば?
Michi? Ask Michi of all people? That's surprising, actually. That she would say his name as a consideration. What? Okay.
あのプロテインばっかり買ってる貧乏教師が金出してくれるわけないよ。
あいつは貧乏まっしぐらだけどね。おじさんがなんとかって会社の社長やってるのさ。
Oh, really now? So his uncle is a bigwig of some company. I take it somewhere else, not in Tanegashima?
マジで？
This is news to my ears. News to my ears too, Kaito.
ちょっと癖の強い人だけどね。うまく心をつかめば金出してくれるかもよ。
Interesting. Michi's uncle. I can't even imagine what sort of person we're dealing with. I mean, he can't be any quirkier than Michi. I mean, Michi is extremely quirky. Actually, I'm not sure I want to meet him. Why? Granted, I wouldn't be the negotiator here. This one would be on Akiho.
他にもスポンサーになってくれそうなところ、私の方で探しといてやるよ。不況だからそうそう見つかんないだろうけど。
よろしく。
Now for the real deal.
じゃあ本題。
Yeah, why are you here, Kaito?
まだあるのかい？だったらもう一つ、あれを。
Muzuka-san's eyes point to the steamer. Well, you just did that. I recall the taste from a few moments ago and once again feel my stomach juices trying to push their way up. I feel like throwing up, but desperately hold it back. Consider it my way of showing that 2 a day is impossible.
しょうがないね。で、なんなのさ。
I mean, he did just eat one, so it should be fine. It should be fine asking her what he needs to know.
宇宙が丘公園に幽霊が出るっていう噂話について。
Oh. I was wondering if he was a little paranoid of the supernatural.
幽霊？出るの？
それを知りたいんだけど。
って言われてもね、そんなの情報提供のしようがないじゃないか。そういうオカルトとか都市伝説については私より詳しい子を知ってるけど、どうする？
Would this certain someone who knows more about the occult be a certain beautiful blonde-headed princess?
助かるよ。で、誰？
こないだ別件で紹介してやったろ？大徳純奈。
Juna? Seriously? Judah, of all people. Funny how I called it of it being a female.
そうなの？
Yet another unexpected name pops up. Yeah, that one's more surprising. I guess she isn't just a karate girl.
ありゃ、マニアと呼んでもいいくらいだね。
A maniac? What exactly do you mean by maniac? This'll be a pain, but it sounds worth giving a shot. Uchigaoka Park is an important place to me. There's nowhere else I can go to really focus on gaming. I mean, it's more than just that, though, of why it's an important place to him. I mean, the place is nostalgic for him. That's right. This is a battle This is a battle to protect the palace. I almost said palace. Place where I play Killbalin. Or so I say to myself in an attempt to work up some enthusiasm. Bum bum. All right. Well, I think with that, with getting that information from Mizuka, those 2 bits of information, I should say, I'm going to actually stop it here. So, some interesting bit of information. So, the one about Juna being a little more surprising than, Michi's uncle being the president of a big company. But anyway, and then everything with Subaru and Akiho, it's like that. We spent a lot of time with that, but it was all very interesting. And on Akiho's part, also got very, very sympathetic, and I tend to be more sympathetic with Akiho than anyone else. So, I mean, like I've said, I love her. So it just if I had to say for any of the female characters so far who I just absolutely love, it's definitely Akiho. I mean, it's the one female character we've spent so much time with already. So I feel like it was just natural for me to really find someone who meshes with myself, because I consider myself very sympathetic, and I'm also empathetic as well. It's like I should say that I'm more of an empath. It's like I can so it's like I can feel what other people are feeling. So, and with the video game characters, it's different, but I feel that I have a certain connection to Akiho than I do with anyone else. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and subscribe to become part of the pack. And don't forget to claw that bell icon so you know when a new video comes out. And as always, everyone, have a great day or night, wherever you may be.